So our next lesson is actually because somebody had asked this question, and I actually get this question frequently, and it's about backing up in heel position. So not backing away from the handler, but backing up in heel position. If any of our rally people want to jump in, by all means, please do. I don't necessarily teach rally, and I don't compete in rally, but I have taught a lot of backing up because these two are playing down by my feet. I've taught a lot of backing up because of canine freestyle. So I do use a little trick. I use the same trick as everybody else where I first teach it along the wall. So I'm going to demo that here shortly. But what I do use is I use pressure from my shoulders. So if you walk into a dog's space, dogs read our body pressure. So if you walk into their space, you're actually telling them to back off, and they will back up. They may not back up straight, but they will back away. And if you actually let pressure off by walking away from them, they will actually come into you. So we know that dogs read our body pressure. So if I have a dog in heel position, what happens is if I walk straight back, I'm really not applying any pressure. I've trained the dog to come back with me. But what happens is their bum wings out frequently. But what I'm going to show you, and I still work this along the wall like anybody else, what I'm going to show you is when I actually take my steps back, I actually apply pressure onto my dog, which tells them to bring their bum in. And not that I've trained it to bring their bum in, it just naturally happens. So when you apply pressure, it makes your dog move into the direction you're applying pressure to. So you're gonna see that in the video, and we're gonna back up, and in the video, I'm gonna show you that my slight body pressure. So I train it with this body pressure, and then I do probably can remove that, but I tend not to. When you see me in rally, if I'm doing a fun match or something, I will come up, and as I start to back up, y'all turn to look at my dog because that pressure actually makes them back up, makes their bum come in. Just the same as if you're heeling and you're always looking down at your dog, if you turn your shoulders, it will actually create your dog to lag because you're putting pressure, which is saying, I want you to actually back up a bit. So we use that to our benefit when we're doing the back up. So just give me a second, I'll get set up and I'll do the demo. Okay, we're gonna take a look at our backing up. I did this at the gym, but my phone was giving me some trouble. So we're gonna take a look at backing up here. The most important part is for you guys to watch my shoulders. So a couple little tricks. I always kind of reward out ahead of me, because if you start rewarding back at your heel position, you can see you're already pushing your dog too far back, and then when you step, your dog's way back behind you. So we don't want that. We want to reward out here. And now watch this. Watch my shoulder position and watch how much it affects his movement. So all I'm going to do is turn my shoulders. And look at that, he backed right up. So that can show you how much pressure affects where they go. So I just pulled them out a little too far there. So I'm just gonna show you my shoulders, and that makes him back up. So you can see if we were away from this wall, it would actually make his bum turn towards me. So another problem we run into with this is, so the first one is reward placement needs to be out here. Our pressure, we don't use our pressure when we train it, and we move our feet too quickly. So lots of times I see people kind of shuffle back like that. I don't know if that makes them think they're going to get over it quicker or what's going to happen, but it usually ends up bad. So we want to slow our feet down nicely, take nice slow steps back, and keep a nice momentum for the dogs, because it's just too much. I mean, he has a really good backup, so I can kind of do that and he'll still hold position. But for new dogs, there's no way they're going to be able to hold that position. So I'm going to move myself away from the wall, and I'm going to show you. So he's been trained to not wing out on me, to not wing out, and the way he got trained to do that was simply by me using my shoulder to indicate pressure. But let's just say that I kind of started him in a bad angle, and see that? Watch when I turn this shoulder, how much that moved his bum in. So if I'm doing a backup and I'm peeking down at them and I see, so he's in a bad position, but I'm going to turn my shoulder and that brings him right back into heel position.